because he's muted. All right. Let me make sure you guys can see me at least. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, happy Wednesday. It's good to see all of you. Oscar has joined us. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can see him at the moment. He's at the tip of the mat. And let's begin our Wednesday practice, Wellness Wednesday. So finding your seat. Oh, here comes Oscar. He's my foot warmer, just in case my toes get cold. So with your feet on the earth, feeling your sitting bones, touching the chair, lift up and out of your waist. And I did this exercise with meditation I was doing this morning. Open your eyes and look around you. And then look to your right, look to your left, look up, look down. And just look again at the whole picture. And then close your eyes. And try to remember what you saw. So you could do something like, do you remember anything green in the room? Anything white in the room? And just kind of picture it. And then open up your eyes and do it again. So this time say to yourself, I'm going to remember everything that was green. Or I'm going to remember everything, pick a color, any color you want. And then close your eyes and picture it again. This isn't a test. This is just a little practice for mindfulness, to just be aware of our surroundings, right? So part of mindfulness, part of our practice is aware of our surroundings. Now in yoga, we become more aware of what's going on from the inside. But it's kind of a fun thing to do to see how much do we really notice around us. And we look at it as fun rather than a quiz or a pass-fail. So having done that, anchor yourself into your place, this place in your body with your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Belly breathing, so belly initiates, it expands first, then middle rib cage, then maybe you feel a lift up through your heart. So breathing in and breathing out. Someone might need to be muted who just came on, that is very possible. Let's begin our movement and our breath together. So inhaling, take both arms forward. Good. Exhale, arms out to the side. Inhale them back, forward. Exhale, lower them down. You got this. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale out to the side. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Turn your palms upright. Feel your heart lift. Face your palms forward and then clap your hands. You got it. Inhale, open it up. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. See, they come together when we open up our arms. Exhale, close it up. Shoulder blades move probably off the back. They're separating. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, fold it in. Yes. Let's take our arms into cactus. Beautiful. Tilt your elbows slightly forward. And then bring your elbows back. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, pull your elbows back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, squeeze back, pull your elbows towards each other. Notice how that might not feel so good. I'm feeling a bunch of contraction up here. So we have to find that place where we pull them together, but yet we don't feel tension in the front of the body. Inhale forward, exhale, pull it back, tilt your elbows forward, back of the hands is reaching backwards, tilting backwards. Good, you got this. Lengthen. Give yourself a hug, right arm over left. Big hug. Yoga's a big hug. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, left over right. Big hug. Open it back up. Tilt towards your right. You might be in cactus. Tilt towards your left. Yup. Inhale back to center, tilt toward the right. Inhale, other way. And back to center, lengthen the arms, lower them down. Circle the shoulders around and about. Yes, Oscar, you are covering my toes up. So with hands on top of your thighs, inhale and lift your right toes. Press down through the ball of the foot. Notice the sensation of your heel pressing down. Notice the sensation of the arch lifting when your toes rise. Don't need to look at your toes. No necessity for that. Exhale, lower the right toes down. Inhaling, left toes rise. Oscar, I'm pushing my toes into you because you are right on top of them. Lifting your left toes. Feel the ball of the foot. Feel which part of your foot is touching down on the mat. Feel which part of your foot is not touching down on the mat. And release that. Let it go. Inhale, heels rise. Feel each toe. Feel all 10 toes pressing down. And then exhale, lower your heels slowly down. Inhale, heels rise. Oscar, you're kind of blocking their view, you know. And then exhale and slowly lower down. Awesome. Step your left foot down. Inhale your right knee up towards you. Hug it on in. And then let's cross the ankle. Now, if that is too much for you, you can place a few blocks or something, even a chair next to you, and rest your knee on it, but something like this if it's too much to bring the leg up. So we're doing our number 4 pose. Hands can be on your hips, hands can be on a knee and a foot. Lean forward, feel your shoulder blades on your back. Now go ahead and dip your head down and notice how that feels, kind of heavy. And then inhale, lift your head so it's in line with your spine. Take it back, notice how that doesn't feel so good. Find that spot where the head feels in alignment with your spine. So do this again. Dip your head down, head feels heavy, back of the neck is long, but front of the neck is kind of crunched in. Then inhale, move towards center, and then take the top of your ears back. Notice how that feels. It could feel really good if it's a back bend, but if it feels, and if the back of the neck is long, but if it crunches too far back, then you feel a crease in the back of your neck, which probably doesn't feel very good. So you want to find that center between down and up. Then take your arms out to the side and bring them into cactus. Take a breath in and a breath out, and notice how you feel your muscles engaging. Maybe you extend your arms forward as you push down firmly through your left foot, and then bring your elbows towards you. Inhale them away. Exhale, pull your elbows in towards you. Press down firmly through your left foot. Inhale, rise up. We're sitting tall. Let's bring the right hand towards the ankle or the heel. So if it's here, you're going to be reaching down a little bit, or you could just take your hand to your thigh. We're going to twist towards our left. So either way, you can have your hand on your thigh or on your foot or your ankle. Won't really matter. What we're doing is finding a twist. So lifting tall as we open up the back shoulder, which is our left shoulder. Take 3 breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I like to push my hand into the heel or really pull the leg back and then push the foot into the hand. That gives a little bit of leverage if your hand is touching your foot. And then let's bring that back down and extend the right leg forward. Oscar and the left leg, he's just right in the middle of everything here. Oscar, they're probably wondering why I don't move you. So point your toes away, pull them in towards you, because Oscar's the boss. Point the toes away from you, pull them towards you, circle your ankles around and about as you breathe in and as you breathe out. All right, bring your feet back in for the other side. I'll just use Oscar as my little footrest here. So lifting the left knee in towards you, circle the ankle. And then we're going to either put our foot on a footrest in front of us, an ottoman, a dog, or another chair potentially, or on the thigh. And then you might even rock right and left to feel your center. Imagine a string going through your spine and you're gently, and that somebody's gently pulling that string up through the back of your head so you grow tall. Lean forward, keeping your head in line with your spine. Take a breath in and a breath out. Tilt your head down towards your chest. Gaze maybe through the space in between your legs. Inhale, lift your head, tilt it slightly back. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center. Where does your head feel best in space? Where does the neck feel like it's long? Where somebody could pull a string and it would feel really nice, like you were making like it would be a little diag with your spine, from the bottom of your spine up through the crown of your head. Press down with your feet. Maybe lift your arms, your right foot actually. Lift your arms into cactus. Feel your shoulder blades on your back here. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, pull the elbows back gently, not so that it's a squeeze, but more of a pulling back. You feel the muscles tone on your back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, come on up. Now we take the left hand to the ankle, the shin, the heel, as we twist towards our right. Take a breath in and a breath out. Maybe you close your eyes and try to picture the space around you, and then open your eyes and kind of look at the space again. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to center, extending both legs forward. Hold on to the side of the chair. Lift tall. Now push down through your right heel. You can't see this movement. Push down through your right heel. Pull it towards you. So you're not seeing the movement, but you're feeling it. And if you touch your muscles, they're active. Then go ahead and stretch your toes away from you as you point. And then bring it back to a flex. Other side. Push down through the left foot. Pull it towards you. Feel the muscles engage. You might feel your hip engage. Point away and towards you and circle around and about and reverse it. Reverse it. And then we're gonna come on, so come back into a wide stance. We haven't done that yet, but I had to circle my feet around Oscar. And then you're gonna keep your right knee bent, take your left leg either out to the side or bent like this for warrior adaptation. So either back leg is long or bent. Warrior two. Warrior two. Let's open up wide. Open up wide, gaze over your front fingertips. Now bend your back elbow. Notice how that feels. All we did was change the bent elbow. How does the pose feel? Pull your pelvic floor in and up as you rise to the spine. Open up the arm. Bend the left elbow. I'm sorry, the right elbow. The front elbow. Open it up. Bend both elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Open your arms wide. Let's find our first back bend here. Left arm down, right arm reaches upwards. Elbow can be bent or straight, or maybe you want your fingers behind your head for a little bit of support. Elbow might point upwards. Tap your right hip down. Push it down into the chair. Inhale, we rise back up. Arms are wide. Circle your left arm forward and towards the right arm. Then pull the elbow back. So now we're going to do this circular motion. We open up wide, circle it towards the other arm, pull the elbow back. You got it. Open it up, circle it towards the other, pull the elbow back. Feel your shoulder blade on your back. Open up both arms, forearm to thigh. Find your side angle. Elbow can be bent. You can start to straighten it, perhaps reaching long through the side of the body. Anchoring your right hip down. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to push down through our feet, rise up, and then bring both feet together. Turn your head towards the right shoulder. Drop the chin down and towards the left. Drop the chin down towards the right. Inhale back to center, lift your head. So when we lift our head, the chin is parallel with the earth. If the chin is up, which, you know, when some people say lift, we automatically take our chin up, but we want to lift from the inside, let the chin be parallel and relaxed. Turn your head now towards the left shoulder. Take a breath in and a breath out. Drop your chin towards your chest, towards the right. You might feel that stretch. I'm feeling it right around here on the side of the neck. Then drop the chin down towards the left. Now that stretch changes to about here. Then bring the chin down, lift it back to neutral. Left knee bends, right knee either bends, or leg extends outward for warrior two, other side. Find your spot, and then you might take your left hand and push it down into your thigh to create space along the left side of the body. We want to make sure the right side has the same space. So we're really lifting from the inside. Then see if you can soften, because sometimes we do this, right? Soften the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms lift. Notice where the lift is coming from. Let it be from the underside of the arms rather than your shoulders. Gazing over the front fingertips. Bending the right elbow. Just feel that. Open it up. Bend the left elbow, fingertips towards you. Open it up. Bending both elbows, still gazing over your front shoulder. open it up. Let's find our back bend. Right hand down, left arm lifts, maybe fingertips behind head. For me, I prefer this. It gives me a little support for the head and the neck. Elbow may move upwards towards the sky. Breathe in, breathe out, lift back up, extend your arms long. Feel like you're reaching from the inside out, through your arm bones, through your fingers. Now, circle the right arm forward and towards the left. Pull the elbow back, open it up. Circle it forward towards the other hand, pull the elbow back, open it up. Good, one more. Forward, try to relax the shoulder, reaching the right arm towards the left, pull the elbow back, open it up. You got this. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Press down firmly through the thigh into the chair. It's like you've got a steak and it's in the ground. Like for tomatoes, they're getting pretty ripe this time of year, at least in the Midwest area. Push down towards so you're pushing that steak in the ground downward towards the earth. It would not go to Oscar though. Oscar's safe. Forearm on the thigh. Find your side bend. Angle it. Feel like you've got this long angle going from the outside of your right foot and then up through the side of your leg, side of your rib cage, side of your arm. You may gaze up, you might gaze down. That's about no strain in your neck. Where your gaze is, the gaze will impact the strain in your neck. Reach long. You got it. Push down, rise up. Yes, bring your legs together. Bring your legs together. Let's do a little stretching of the legs. Bring in some stretching here, Oscar. So you can either have a block in front of you, or you guys probably don't have a block like that. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but you can have a pillow or a sofa or another chair in front of you, or you've just got your strap and place the strap around your foot. This strap has a loop right now. It's not necessarily better or worse to have a loop. You could also just bring your strap around the bottom of your foot like this, and now I'm holding the strap with both hands. So if I'm just using the loop here, I might just be holding the strap with one hand. What we want to do when we're holding the strap is not make sure the shoulders aren't going forward and your spine's not going forward. We want to stay upright and tall. And if that means lowering the leg a little bit so that you can be more upright, so be it. More important to keep the posture than to lift the leg to your toes. That's not the goal in this. We want to feel a nice stretch through the back of the leg. I like to pull my elbows into the side. Gives a little bit more leverage, and it kind of makes sure I'm not lifting the shoulders up then. Then take a breath in and a breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice, are you on the back of the sitting bones? Are you forward on the sitting bones? Or are you right in the middle? Right in the middle is about where we want to be. Then we're going to open up the leg out to the side, keeping our pelvis forward. Going to feel it in the inner thigh a little bit. Inhale, take the leg forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, open it up again. So you're pushing the heel away. Now notice that I've turned my palm upright, even though I'm holding the tie and the elbows into my side. Just a little bit of leverage. The leg is heavy, and so it'll bring all kinds of stuff into this side of the body. Inhale, forward. Awesome. Let's release it and cross the thigh over the thigh. Doesn't always happen for everybody, thigh over thigh. It might look like this instead. It might look like this instead. Hug your thighs, your knees towards each other. Hug your thighs and your knees towards each other. Then, while you're hugging them towards each other, lean forward until you feel a stretch. Most people are going to feel it in this outer thigh. Outer thigh. You can lean forward. You might even take your hands to your shins, or you might release your hands, but make sure you're tacking your hips down, no falling forward. Then we're going to slowly rise up. So bring both hands to your thighs, one or both thighs, push down, rise up. Awesome. Extend the leg, lower it down. Back to the strap for the left side. Choose how you're going to put the strap on you. Another way, I don't show it all the time, is you can cross the tie. It looks like that, crossing the tie. Or you can even cross it again behind the calf. Some people like this because it gives them a little bit more leverage for the leg. And heel can be down or it can be up, preferably resting on something. We sit tall towards the center of our sitting bones, pressing heel away, pressing ball of the foot away, like you're going to step on the gas. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice tension in your body. If you notice it's in your shoulders or your neck, perhaps release the leg down a little bit lower. Perhaps take a little bit less of a grip on the tie. Perhaps make your grip like a little bit, you bring your hands towards you a little bit more. Then we're going to open up the leg out to the side. So you're going to release your grip from the right hand. Inhale back to center. Lower it down. Inhale it up. Take it out to the side. We're keeping our pelvis squared up. Beautiful. Take it forward. Awesome. Sit tall. So you didn't know you're lifting weights at the same time you're stretching your leg, huh? We're going to release the tie. And now, these are called eagle legs. Sanskrit for it is Garudasana, thigh over thigh. You don't need to know that. You do not need to know these fancy Sanskrit names for these poses. I just want to impress you. So you can cross calves, hug thighs together, knees together, or cross thigh over thigh. Then we sit tall. Lean forward till you feel a stretch in your hip. Notice where you feel the stretch. It's possible it's in the spine. Notice where it is for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in, breath is out. So we don't want to drop our head down. I was looking at Oscar, but so we want to look forward and down so that we feel like our spine and our head are in a straight diagonal line. Then lift on up, open up the leg, place it down. All right, we will work on some standing postures. Because my webcam was doing whatever it's doing, you may not see me full body when I stand, but we'll check that out and adjust. All right, so, although the light's on now, interesting. All right, so I'm going to place the chair so you can see me for wall dog. You can place your hands on the side of the chair, or the seat of the chair, or the back of the chair, as usual. And then we're going to walk our feet back. Really feel your feet touch down the mat as you find your way to your first wall dog. And then you might take your feet a little wider, even mat width apart. Notice how that feels different for your legs and your spine. Then bend your knees. Sit bones back, knees forward. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lengthen the legs. Exhale, bend your knees. Sit bones back, knees forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Lengthen the legs back, walk your feet back in towards the chair and rise up. Hands are at the heart. Feel your mountain pose. You might have one or both hands on the chair, by the way, if the chair is turned around. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to take our hands to the chair and walk the left leg back, the right knee stays forward. We're in a lunge. For this pose, if you want to take the heel down or up, do what's right for you. And we're going to play with, and you will feel a stretch differently. If the heel is down, you might feel the stretch more in your calf. If the heel is up, you might feel the stretch more in the front of your thigh. But you want to go for what's going to help you for balance. And then we're going to walk the right foot to the side a little bit. We don't want our feet in a line like we're going to be on a balance beam. I don't know if you can see. Right now, my heel is going straight to my toes. That is a tough balance act. Better to bring the right foot to the side a little bit. And then we got more space between the two feet. If we were to bring the feet together, it would look like that rather than that. So instead of lining up like on a balance beam, we want the feet wide. And then we're going to take this leg back. Then we're going to bend and straighten the front leg. Is the leg going to straighten all the way? Nope, not necessarily. We're bending and we're straightening. And we're bending and we're straightening. Now we're going to try to keep the spine and the head in line. So try not to drop your head down like this. Keep it lifted so it's in line with your spine. That's going to change the stretch to the back of the leg too. Bending and straightening the front knee. You could play with the heel down and up for a few times to notice how it shifts for you. Notice how it shifts. Bend the front knee, step the left foot to meet the right, hands at your heart. And take a little break. We'll go to the other side. So what I'm saying is, make sure your feet are wide, even though one's back. You don't want to be like this on a balance beam. That's kind of rough. That's kind of rough. And we want to give ourselves the space to do the pose. So now we're going to keep the left foot forward and the right leg back. And kind of play here. It's your first time going in this pose for the day. It's a lunge. You're probably feeling a stretch through the back of the leg. So notice that. You can do little pulses with the front leg, bending and then straightening a little bit. And then maybe over time, straightening a little bit more. So forward and then pulling it back and play. Forward and back. So you can feel what's going on in the body. And then when you're ready, stick it for a minute. So you feel the knee over the heel, the front knee's over the heel. And then lengthen through your spine. Notice where your gaze is. If we're gazing up, the back of the neck is crunching. If we're gazing down, the front of the neck is crunching. If we find that center spot, it's about center, it's not exact, then we feel long from our tailbone all the way up through our spine and head. Now let's step the right foot to meet the left. And rise on up. Let's practice Warrior 2 with the chair. So you could have the chair in front of you. I'm going to turn it this way. Oscar, you are making this very challenging today. But you can have your right knee bent and your left leg long for Warrior 2. I'm going to move this over to the side. And you want to make sure that you have your hands on the chair for balance. If you need it. If you feel like you don't need it, that's okay, but you want to be safe. Safety is the first priority. So we're going to take a long stance. And then before we even turn the feet into warrior, I want you to feel like you're pulling your heels away from each other. So very often we walk with a little bit of a turnout. That's pretty common. What I mean by a turnout is the feet are out like that. So that would be more like a ballet stance, but we do tend to turn out one or both feet, and that changes really musculature in our body and sometimes pain and tightness in the hips. So try to keep your feet parallel, and then you really can't see it, but isometrically pull your heels apart. Notice what muscles activate. Pull them apart, just the heels. Then we're going to turn the right toes towards the chair. Lift up and out of the waist. Bending the front knee. That's our right knee over the heel. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Maybe lift one arm, maybe both. Maybe you keep one arm down and one arm up. Let's play with that. Bending the elbow. And then reach the arm towards the other, pull the elbow back, open it up. Reach it forward, pull it back, open it up. Straighten the front leg. Now we're going towards a triangle. Make your adjustments. You might, what can help balance is when you bring your back toes in a little bit. When they're like this, which is straight forward, that's harder. But if you can pull the toes in a bit and press the heel away, that can be a little bit, it gives you just a little bit more support. It's like at about a 45-degree angle. Then you might have one hand on the chair. As you lean towards your right, we keep this long line going from our tailbone up through our spine and head. It's like you could draw a straight line through it. Then hand on your hip. Walk your arms up your rib cage so you can feel your length. Then lift your arms skyward. Lift your arms skyward. Let's exhale, lower the arm forward. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, follow with your gaze. Arm is forward. Inhale, lift it up. Awesome. Forward. Open it back to the side. Lift it up, circle it around, and maybe over your ear. You might come up onto your bottom fingertips here. You could potentially play with just lifting your fingers for a second. Notice how you got to pull in and up. People say, where's the core? There's the core. You might lift that arm up. Keep this knee soft. We don't want to lock it back. Now push down through your feet, rise up. Awesome. All 10 toes forward. Bring your feet, step them back together. Step them back together. Take a little time, maybe alternate, bending one knee and then the other. You could do a slow kind of motion with that or a little bit faster. And then we'll go and do warrior 2 on the other side. So now, start with feet parallel. So feet are parallel, toes are like, it's like you are making the number 11 with your feet. So here's number 11, right? Toes are forward, heels are straight back from toes. Then step wide, toes are forward, heels are straight back from middle toes. Then lift up and out of your waist. Turn your left toes towards the chair. Or you might have a chair in front of you. So turn them to your left. Then you're going to bend your knee over your heel. Push out through the back heel. The toes might come in a little bit. Notice how that feels to you. Yes, it is a little pigeon toe. Got to say that it is. Then try to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips, bending your knee. One or both arms are lifted. One hand may be on the chair in front of you. We're going to circle the back arm forward towards the left, pull the elbow back, open it up. Circle the arm forward towards the left, pull the elbow back, open it up. And one more time, forward, reach it, feel it, pull the elbow back. Notice how that feels. I like that place. Open it up. Straightening the front leg. Straightening the front leg. Notice you bring that, bend the knee, and what happens? You feel more weight in the thigh. You feel more weight in the hip. Straighten the leg. That's it. Let's find our triangle pose. So hands on the chair, hands on the seat of the chair, potentially. Fingertips are down. Try not to lean into it like this. This is kind of like the ragdoll, right? So we want to just maybe have our fingertips touching. Draw the shoulders up and back. Take your back hand, your right hand, and lift it up the side of your rib cage. That just assures we're getting really long in a stretch here. Then maybe lift the arm. Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. How about taking the arm forward? Yes. Lift it back up. Yes. Forward. How about we slice the air and it comes over our ear? Oh yes, that's fun. That's fun. Now, feel your balance here. So push down through both feet. Pull heels towards each other. Lift belly in and up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Press down to your feet. Inhale, rise. Yes. All 10 toes forward. Hands to your hips. Or one to the chair. Lean forward. Hips back. Heart forward. Head lengthening from your spine. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Step your feet together. Notice how you feel. Notice how you feel. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We haven't practiced tree pose in a while. We should. So you can use a wall. You can use a counter. You can use a chair. You want to make sure that you feel safe and supported. I'm going to show it forward first, and then we can look at side. But we start in parallel, which is mountain pose. And I like to start by even just playing with swaying. So you feel the weight shift from one leg to the other. So feel the shifting that goes on as you take your weight towards the left and towards the right, and left and right. To feel that. Now we're going to take our weight and shift it to the left, to the right. Then left foot. You could be right here. This could be your version of tree pose. You could be right here where the toes are next to the foot and the ankles. The heel and the ankle are coming towards each other. You could have foot into shin. Some of you might take the foot up to the inner thigh. That's not the goal here, but we don't want to push into the knee. So most are going to be somewhere below the knee. So that's where I generally show it. And you also could play with having a block or something to put your foot on, because this is still an asymmetric pose. It's still a balance pose here. Then one hand or both hands can be at your hips. We want to find something about horizon level. So if you were imagining looking at the ocean, the place where the edge of the water and the sky come together, the horizon, that's where we're gazing to. Something not moving. So once you find that, the chin's about level with the earth. Because if it's up here, that's going to throw us off. If our vision is up there and our chin is up there, that's going to throw our balance off. If our head is down, that's going to throw our balance off. Oh my goodness, look at Oscar. Oscar is in happy baby pose. Look at him. He's very relaxed. So maybe you have one or both hands on the chair. You could have your fingertips together. This is Hakini Mudra. It's a balanced mudra, where you bring your fingertips together. That's a possibility. You might have one arm up. You might have one hand on the chair. See, there's all these possibilities, and one is not right and one is not wrong. You could have both arms up if it feels accessible to you. Only if it feels accessible to you. So when you're ready, we take the arms down and bring the foot down. Oh, Oscar, I don't want to have you disturbed in any way. And come back to your center, back to mountain pose, and just notice how your body feels. Now, if it feels safe for you, you're holding onto the chair or wall, you might close your eyes and notice how balance feels there. Then open them up. Only do that when you feel safe. We do use different neural pathways with our eyes closed. Our brain is working differently with the eyes closed, but you do not want to practice eyes closed if you don't feel safe and supported. If you do, you might close them for a moment and just notice how your body feels in space as long as you feel safe. And we're going to open them up. Let's shift the weight again. Maybe take feet a little wider and shift your weight from right to left. Oh, Oscar's in his happy baby, peaceful spot. Oh, he came out of happy baby. So we're alternating right and left and left and right. And then eventually stop, transfer your weight now to the left leg, and we'll bring the right foot to the ankle, the inner shin, maybe on a block. Some people do it on a chair. That is a possibility. You could try something like that. And I encourage you to play with different ways as long as it feels safe to you. Because part of balance is to not take ourselves too seriously, have a little fun. Yoga should be fun. It shouldn't be the serious thing where we're judging ourselves. Don't want to do that. None of that. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now, decide what you want to do with your arms. Get your gaze in the right spot, horizon level. Choose your arm position. Make sure you're breathing, because once the breath stops, that's going to throw your balance off. It definitely will eventually. You might take the arm, one or both arms up. We might not. Do what's right for your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then bring your hands back down when you're ready. I know some people will like to stay in these balance poses for a very long time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's an awesome place to be in practice. It also keeps you right in this moment. You can't take your mind anywhere else but right here. And then we lower the leg wherever you were, come back to neutral. Notice how the body's feeling now. Because that was a asymmetrical pose, meaning we did one side and the other, let's do a sun salute. So one hand, you can't do both hands on the chair for this one. We're going to forward fold. You could have a chair on either side of you. We're going to forward fold, one hand maybe on the chair. You're taking your spine about a third of the way down, maybe not even. It could be a fifth or a sixth. Notice how your spine feels. Notice how your back feels. Notice how the back of your legs feel. Maybe bend your knees. Release your head and your jaw. Lower your arms down towards one or both arms towards the earth. Or keep one hand at your hip and one hand on the chair. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Inhale, take one hand to your thigh, reach your spine forward, press your one or both. I should say you could have both hands at your thigh as you take your spine forward. And then exhale, release. Let your arms travel down your leg. Let the head sway to the right and sway to the left. Inhale, take your one or both arms up the thigh, look halfway up, shoulder blades are on the back, press down, rise up, maybe one or both arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, hands at the heart. So that's a symmetrical flowing. Let's do it again now that you know where we're going with this. And to protect yourself, you can have your hands at your thighs. Keep your spine long. If you have osteo, you should not go down too far. You might just be right here. If you have osteoporosis, make sure you always ask your doctor if there's certain things you should or should not be doing, and skip them, not worth it. We do all kinds of things, so there's something for everybody in these practices. Spine comes forward. Maybe release the torso down. Hands could be on the chair or on the legs. You can bend your knees to protect your back. We're not looking to necessarily touch our toes. Then take one or both hands to your thighs as you reach your spine forward. Pretend you had a string on the top of your head and somebody's pulling that string back so you lengthen your spine. Your hips are back, your spine is forward, your crown is forward. Exhale, release the head down once again. Let the head sway right and left. Inhale, hands to your hips, one or both. Draw your shoulders up and back. Push down through your feet. Rise up. Arms up overhead. Hands at your heart. Hands at your heart. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. Let's go for chair pose. I know you love it. Last standing pose, gotta do it. I'm gonna move this out of the way. You can bring a block with you if you'd like, and you can either do this pose. You know, I try to do this pose a lot. I know it's not our favorite, but I would say most classes we do it for a reason, because it builds our thigh strength. And so you can start with seated and play with rocking forward and back and then lifting up. You might have your hands on a chair in front of you as you lift up. And then you can stick it for a breath or two or 3 or 4 or 5. And then you can either stand or sit down back in the chair. Now, when we're starting it from standing, it might look like this. The block is nice to use the first few times, and then you can play with the block coming out. It's just nice to notice how the muscles activate. So, don't want to step on your tail, Oscar. So we bend our knees, sit bones back. Take your sit bones back. Hands on chair or lifting one or both arms up, sit bones back, sit bones back, sit bones back. Maybe spine reaches forward. Then it lifts up. So we reach our spine forward, the sit bones go back. We keep the sit bones back as we lift the spine. Isn't this fun? Lots of fun. Let's stand up, take a little break. Notice how heat came into the body. That is very much a heating pose. A lot of the standing poses are heating poses. Let's come down again. Have a seat. Sit bones back. Knees are angling over middle toes. Sit bones are back. One or both arms lift. Sit bones back. Spine moves more horizontal, parallel with the earth. Keep the sit bones back. Lift the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take hold of the chair. Take a little break. Notice if you were holding your breath. Don't want to do that. You can keep the block in or out. We'll do a little twisting with our chair pose. So we're going to bend our knees. Sit bones back. Maybe you take the left arm forward and the right arm back. Maybe you switch it up. Yep, sit bones are back. Notice what you're feeling in your thighs. Oh, it's good, right? Switch it up, swing them. Swing them. Breathe in. Breathe out. Both arms forward. stand on up or have a seat. How does the body feel now? Notice how it feels. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Walk in place a little bit here if you're still up. So lifting one heel and then the other, lifting one foot and then the other. Notice the feeling of rolling through your feet. Notice which touches down first. Notice which touches down first. Heel or toe? Heel or toe? Then you might want to play with doing the opposite. So bring the heel down first, then the toe. Shift the weight to the forward leg. Then shift the weight to the back leg. Shift the weight to the forward leg. Shift the weight to the back leg. You can swing your arm if you'd like. So as you go forward, arm goes forward. As you switch back, arm goes back. Forward and back. If it feels safe for you and accessible, you might play with both arms, swinging as you shift your weight forward and back. Let's shift legs now. So my right one was forward. Now I'm going to take my left one forward, shifting forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. Maybe you take the arm with you this time. So opposite arm, alternating, shifting forward and shifting back. Breathing in and breathing out, just for a little fun. These are exaggerated movements. Bring both feet back into mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, one or both. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees, release your head. Release the head, let the head sway right and left. Hands can be at your thighs or your calves or your shins or on the chair. Then hands to your thighs or your hips. Draw your shoulders up and back. Press down, rise up. Arms out to the side, up towards the sky. Hands at the heart. And have a seat. Have a seat. And once you get into that seat, notice how your body feels. How does your body feel now? Take a look around you. How we started, take a look around you. Notice the space. Check it out. Notice what you notice. And then come back to center and close your eyes. See if you can picture in your mind's eye what you were looking at before you closed your eyes. What does your room, the space around you look like? It's a fun little exercise, isn't it? We're not going to get it perfect, are we? We are not. Open your eyes just for fun. It's just a little fun. You're thinking, what does she think is fun? So now close your eyes and look inside. How does the body feel now that you've done your practice? How does the body feel now in this space? Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your fingertips together in your Hakini Mudra. Great for balance, great for contemplation. In fact, some of us just do it naturally, right? You might, when you're thinking, you might do something like this. So you're feeling your fingertips touching and your mudra is in front of your heart, or you could drop it down in front of what we call your solar plexus, right near below your ribs. And then notice your breath, a balanced breath in and a balanced breath out. A balanced breath in, a balanced breath out. So what does it mean to have a balanced breath? It's an even breath, an even inhale, an even exhale, in and out through the nose. soft. As we start to end our practice and calm down the nervous system, we release control, but we still feel this nice, even, steady, flowing breath. Relax your arms in your lap, hands in your lap, palms facing upwards. Let the body release all tension. You might say inhale, let, exhale, and you say go. So as you inhale, you say let to yourself. As you exhale, you say go to yourself. This practice of letting go. Let each breath, like a wave, meld into the next. And the next. And the next. Breathing. Softening any holding in the hands, and the feet, and the legs, shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the space in between your ears and your eyebrows. Feel the air coming in and out through the tip of your nose. As you breathe in and out, imagine nurturing your whole body. This is a nurturing practice. It's a practice you give to yourself. As we bring our palms together in front of our heart, we bow in with gratitude. Gratitude for the time we have together, for the gifts of this practice, for the Michigan Parkinson Foundation and the community that it helps to build. We say namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday.
You too. Great job.
Good to see all of you. Always happy to see you guys. You know how to get me. Any questions? I'm here.
Session.
Take care, everyone.
Good class. Always good.
Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Good to hear your voice.
Hi, thank you. And it's always great having Oscar join us. I love
Oscar, he loves to come down here. It's like he knows I'm teaching. He knows you guys are going to be there. Right, Oscar?
Oscar's so cute.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your day.